Hey friends, how are you? What's up? Nice to see you again. Oof, it has been a long time since the last live stream. I think like 2 weeks or so. So I'm super happy and excited to finally start a new live stream. And today I got a cool plan for what we are actually going to do. I want to start out a test of all the different sketch assistants that are available to us right now. So let me hear in the live chat if you're here, if the live stream is working correctly or not. Let me know if the correction is fine and everything, because I have the feeling that I need to correct some of the settings for today. Hold on a second. So I changed some of the settings and I hope the connection is better now. Let me know what you think. Let me know if the connection is better right now. Otherwise, I will just make a slight correction to it again. But maybe it's working fine. So let me hear what you think about the current connection, if it's good or if there are any problems, any lag or so. But it should be actually quite lag free right now. So as I said, as I imagined for today's live stream, I would love to test out those sketch assistants. Sketch assistants is a cool feature that came out just, I think, 3 weeks ago or so. And Sketch Assistants is basically a whole set of, like the feature name is saying, assistants that will help you to create better designs, to have a faster workflow, and to just support you in your design workflow. So that's the basic summary of assistants. I hope you checked out my video about Sketch Assistants. I think I made a pretty good summary there. But since this video was about the release of Sketch Assistants, there were not so many assistants available back then. And that really changed. Within the past few weeks, because there have been quite some assistants available to us. So for example, if we go here into sketch.com/extensions/assistants, I will copy the link in the video in the live chat, so you can check it out too. We find a whole bunch of assistants that are available to us. Some of those assistants haven't been, as I said, created when I made the initial review video about assistants. But for example, Tidy was available, naming convention was there already, and I think maybe reuse suggestions, yeah, that was also available. But apparently we got a couple of other cool assistants that are available to us right now. So we have duplicates, or yeah, I think we will go and check out each one step by step, but to just sum it up: duplicates, accessibility, organizer, and then we have artboard status and navigator, and then we have sketch to react conventions. I think that one isn't something that is related or that is relevant to the live stream right now, but those 4 first assistants those are definitely assistants I would like to check out. But first, maybe let me know where you're from, guys. Are you like from the US? Are you from Europe? Are you from Asia? Where are you from? Let me know down in the live chat. And also let me know if you have been testing out the assistants yet. Are you using them in your design workflow already? Or is this something you're just currently like trying out? You can actually create such an assistant by yourself. go on the link that I posted in the live chat and then just click on create your own. And if you want to read the documentation and how you can actually create one of those assistants, you will be just free to do it, and you can actually add them into the directory right here too. So that would be quite nice. So greetings to Dubai. Awesome that you're here. I can really wait to check out all of those different assistants. So I think we will go and start with the duplicate assistance feature. So let's check that out. Duplicates. Reports duplicate symbols, layer styles, and text styles in your design files. As you're reading this, you have duplicate inconsistent and unnecessary symbols and styles in your design files, and you know it. The duplicates assistant may help finding out where they are and hopefully help getting to cleaner, tidier, and healthier design files. And we have a couple of rules in here. To be honest, I like that one. In our example file right here, we really don't have that many symbols and text styles yet. I think we only have like the item, which is this big photo. Then we have the item small, which is the photo available in the profile. And then we have the profile picture as a symbol. So we don't have a big variety of symbols in here and no duplicates or something like that. But this duplicates assistant can really help us. And I'm just trying to install it, and it's super convenient. And maybe it's even finding something. So we will check that out in a second. Do you speak French? No, I don't speak French. I actually visited France with my wife this year. We went to the Côte d'Azur and the Provence and so on, and had a really great time there. But I'm so horrible when it comes to speaking French. Yeah, but I love France. France has a big spot in my heart since our holidays this year. So yeah. Okay, let's check out what the assistant, the duplicate assistant, is actually showing us in our design file. So it's telling us that we have duplicate symbols. There are 4 duplicate symbols in your design in external libraries related to this. Okay. There are 4 duplicate symbols in external libraries. Okay. I don't really care about those external libraries. I guess it's maybe something like a wireframe kit or stuff like that. So apparently we don't have any like duplicate symbols in the actual design, and there are no duplicate layer styles and no duplicate text styles, because we see the little check mark right here. So that's good already. If I would open up another file, we would probably have a much more different time checking all of those errors. Maybe later on we will test it with a different and bigger design to actually get a few errors. But for this tutorial, for this live stream, I would love to just try out this simple design, and then like just check out the assistants first. Like I don't want to like correct the whole list of errors. Next up, accessibility. Ensure your document is accessible and compliant with some kind of WCAG 2.1. Yeah, what is that? Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. Okay, so accessibility guidelines sounds like a very important topic nowadays. So we have like color contrast here, and then we have text rules right there. So that's quite exciting. Any bugs? That's also quite cool. If you want to check out an assistant and you have found a certain bug, you can just look into the directory and see that there are some known bugs, like layers outside the artboard are not detected yet. Okay. All right. Let's check out the description. The accessibility assistant ensures that your sketch elements pass AA+ compliance based on the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. This is a contribution to the assistance feature launch for Sketch 68. Unlike an accessibility plugin, an assistant automatically detects accessibility infractions and sends out a notification. If you'd like to learn more about Sketch assistants and how they differ from Sketch plugin and so on. So that sounds incredible. Rules: shape must meet AA color contrast compliance. Text must meet AA color contrast compliance. Text must meet AAA color contrast compliance, and then text must not be justified. Let's click on one of these rules and let's check out where we are going. All right, we are directed into GitHub. And here we get a little more description of what this rule is all about. Sometimes full justification makes reading more difficult because extra space between words causes rivers of white, making it difficult to track along a line of text. All right. And then we have a couple others. Let's add it to Sketch and let's check it out. Let's find out if the design is actually accessible. Shapes must meet AA color contrast compliance. Okay, we got a bunch of items here, 60 items that we should correct. That's quite a lot. But we have a couple of groups in here. And these are the rules basically. So text must not be justified. That's no problem here. We didn't use the feature yet. And then we got a couple of other rules. I will just check out one of these bottom rules because I don't want to work through all of these items right now. But how about testing the text must meet AA color contrast compliance, all right? So it's giving us an example. So we have on page number 1, dashboard copy 2, which is this artboard right here. Let me zoom that into the middle. On this artboard right here, we have a text layer, the number of followers, and it must meet AA color contrast compliance. Why is there any error regarding the contrast compliance? I mean, the background is white and the text is black or dark gray, as well as, okay, so if we go in here, I can really see the problem that is going on. Okay, even though the layer isn't actually visible, it's giving us an error. But I see the problem here. If I hide the little magnification icon, I see that the text color and the background color are quite similar, and the contrast between those two layers isn't that good. So it's actually telling me, okay, I need to correct that. And it's showing me the same for the AAA color contrast compliance. But like, the question that I'm having is, why is there a problem with the follower count? Like, why is there a problem with the color contrast compliance regarding this white background, dark gray text, and then like there shouldn't be any errors, to be honest. But I have actually no clue how we can actually find this out. Nevertheless, it's a great feature. If we check out the list right here, it's also about the AA color contrast compliance, and we get like a lot of different elements that are causing errors. But to be honest, even here, the contrast is so good. Oops, sorry. The contrast is so good that there are no problems really with contrast, I guess. So I'm not sure if this accessibility assistant is really working correctly yet. Because okay, for the icon up here, I see the problem that there is a like contrast problem possibly for people who have like seeing disabilities or whatever. Also maybe for this one, but regarding the white icon on pink background shouldn't be a problem at all. So let's find out what other assistants we can actually see here. But maybe in the meantime, guys, have you used assistants before? Are you using them in your design workflow, in your daily workflow, or what do you think about them? So there's a bunch of lists, and I think when it comes to Tidy, which is one of the Sketch created assistants, we should use probably Tidy and naming conventions, because the file is a mess. Like, look at the artboard names right here. One of those is called dashboard, then we have dashboard copy and dashboard copy 2. I think organizer or one of these Tidy assistants will probably tell us to actually correct the artboard names. So these are officially created by Sketch. These are 3 here, and then we have 2 more that I would like to test out in today's live stream. So Basti is writing down in the live chat that he's not using the assistants yet because it's too much notification, and he thinks it's useful for big companies, big teams with design systems and like a big team of designers. I understand your opinion, to be honest. It probably makes much more sense if you're using Sketch files within a team, if you're using them with many people, like you're creating a design, then somebody else is continuing to work on it. Because, for example, if I just open one of these files right here, it's quite organized, but not to a level that I would love to hand over to a certain other design colleague, you know. I can work in the design file. I know the structure of it, even though maybe it's a bit messy. But if you're working in a company with a big team and different other designers, and you don't really have the time to explain all of the design structures and file structures to them, it makes so much sense to use assistants who help you to probably in the end create clean designs. I'm not sure what other assistants there will be in the future, but I think those organizing, tidying assistants are the best ones that are available right now. So I think assistants in the end will be about a clean file structure, and then some rules, like for example this accessibility assistant that is helping you to maintain a certain set of rules. And if you, for example, have a design system, you could create your own assistant for your team so that they know how they should create a design. You create a certain set of rules, like for example, buttons should have a certain width or height, or should have a certain color, and text layers inside a rectangle, inside a button, should have a certain style, something like that. This would help your team to create a very consistent design. Yeah. All right. Then next up, let's check out Organizer by Slice Design. Organizer keeps your documents clean and organized with helpful tips and suggestions. Are you spending lots of extra time making sure your files are meticulous? Like, what's that? I need to like translate that. Haven't really heard about that. Okay. All right. We sweat the details and created an assistant to help all of us quickly spot issues. And let's get rid of the items that weigh us down. Abandoned layers, forgotten borders and fills, empty groups, redundant styles. With the Organizer Assistant, you will Marie Kondo your design file to spark some serious joy for yourself and your team. What a great description for such a tiny tool, for such an assistant, right? To be honest, like, this description deserves like a description award. So Slice Designs, big thumb up. nice description of your assistant. By the way, guys, if you're actually wondering what drinks I'm always consuming in my live streams right now, I'm drinking the Monster Zero Sugar Ultra Violet. And very recently I went into the grocery store, and there all of those Monster energy drinks were discounted. And there were so many kind of energy drinks from by Monster that I haven't bought before. So I bought just one of every single drink that I haven't drank before. So that's why today we have Ultra Violet right here. So this is not sponsored, not paid or anything. I'm just drinking them because I like the taste and different juice kind of ingredients. So yeah, let's check out Organizer. Let's add it to Sketch. Install it and let's get into Organizer. All right. I actually don't have a clue yet what rules we have right here. Wow, it's so organized. Like, check it out. We have those assistant rules and they are listed right here. And then they made a description for all of these rules. Like, that's perfect. So, assistant rules. For example, we have remove forgotten fills and remove forgotten borders. Those two rules, they are super handy. Like, let's just get into my design file right here and let's find out how many different items have a, how do they call it? Have an abundant or like a forgotten border or forgotten fill. So let's check it out. Okay, this bubble has no forgotten fill. This one neither. Okay, but we will find an item. We will find an item. Maybe I was really clean when I created design, but We have this top bar right here, and let's check out the shadow. We aren't using one of those shadows anywhere in the design, yet we have on all of these top bars a like forgotten shadow. And I'm sure, and I don't know if shadows are included here, but fills and borders are, and I'm sure that we will get notified if there are any missing, if there are any forgotten fills. And for me, that just means that I could actually just get rid of the shadow. I will just select all of these layers, get rid of it, and we should be good to go. All right, but let's check out what the assistant has in store for us. Let's find it out right here. We have followed the naming convention. And if you hover the rule, you actually get a sort of short description too, which is kind of nice. Okay, so you have you have naming patterns. All right. We have a group of abundant layers, or we should group abandoned layers. Okay. We have dashboard copy 2, and user profile. Group abandoned layers. What is that all about? Grouping layers together makes your work organized and allows you to move things together. Alright. But to be honest, those are no layers. Those are artboards. I can't group artboards, right? Is it possible to group artboards? It's not possible, right? No. It's not possible. So you see that those assistants are a little bit like work in progress. I was really confused because these are the unnamed or duplicated artboards and not layers. Anyway, remove forgotten borders. Now that's going to be interesting. We have indicator. We have an indicator on page 1. On dashboard copy, and dashboard copy 2. The indicator is, I think, this little bubble down here. And it has a forgotten border. Boom, if I just get rid of it, it should actually update this bar, this set of arrows right here, and correct it. So get rid of the next one and wait a second. Boom, it's gone. And also for this last one. And we have another indicator right here that is at a different position, and it should be gone right away. Boom. And you see all of those numbers, like there was, I think, a 17 when we started out. They will decrease from every item that from every error that you solve. Like every problem that's listed here, if you solve it, it is decreasing your little notification number up here. Like, to be honest, I think assistants, they are funny to use. Like, it's so funny to actually find out what problems, what errors my design is causing. Like what forgotten borders, what forgotten fills I have in my design listed in such a nice overview. I love it. It's fun to correct my designs, to improve the structure, and to prepare it for other people's. Like for example, I want to publish this UI kit right here very soon once we finish it for download. And of course, I want to make sure that everyone is able to use the design correctly and fast and without any problems or confusion. That's why I want to make sure that it's tidy and clean. And those assistants are very helpful with that. Let's check out those things we have in here. So there is a item big hiding down here. I'm not quite sure why, but I think we can delete it. And we have borders in here that we don't need at all. Same goes for probably the item in here, the rectangle. We can delete it and get it out of our way. And you see that all of the problems are getting deleted here. Follow the naming conventions. Okay, we have some like naming convention stuff. That isn't something I'm looking forward to right now. But I would like to use the naming convention assistant created by Sketch. Artboard names should start with a number. I think that's very, very valuable. So I'm adding it into our design, our document right here. And we see that we should start them with a number. So let's start and do that. So I have 01 dashboard, and then I have a different version of the dashboard. I'm calling it like 012 dashboard. So this one should probably 01's like underline, bottom line, 3, like that. And then we have user profile, which is 02. And that is also giving us an example of when this assistant isn't really working. So I'm using an underline, and it's not really seeing the underline as some kind of correct naming. So I'm using a normal minus, and that isn't working too. Are we like able to use a normal dot? Yeah. So if we use a normal dot like 01.2, it's actually removing them out of the list. That's a bit unlucky right now. I like to use those lines to separate the numbers a bit more from each other, but it's not helping. So Sketch team, if you're seeing this, how about having some kind of like contact feature right here? Because I would love to have some like feedback submission features. I would like to be able to write the creator of such a assistant some feedback about the assistant itself. And in this case, I would like to submit the feedback that I would like to use underlines or normal minus symbols for this assistant to be working. Of course, pages should start with an emoji. All right, that makes some sense. So this is going to be called UI kit. And I would like to have a phone emoji right here. And symbols should also start with an emoji. And maybe we find a nice, like something like arrows that are connected to each other, like reusable. Here, like that one. Yeah. These are symbols, and we can check them out very easily. All right, page names, boom, they are gone. And then we have a concept right here. It's also an artboard. Of course, we are gonna call it 00, because this is like some concept layer. All right. We have some other conventions. Symbol names should use / grouping. I see. Like for example, we could actually call this one. We could actually call this one item/big. We could use the same name, but this one is item/small. Let's check out if it brought any difference in here. Oops. Somehow it's gone, but it's helping us anyway to use the correct symbol. All right. We got that, and I would like to check out Artboard status and navigator, like as one of the last assistants that we are just trying out. Let me know your thoughts about these assistants that we tested and what your thoughts are about them. So the last assistant that we are going to test in today's live stream is Artboard status and navigator, created by Francesco. Keep track of the status of your artboards and quickly navigate to them. All right. Sounds interesting. Add one of these emojis in the artboard name. Okay. This could cause some problems because the assistant, the naming convention assistant, is telling us that artboard names should start with a number. I will be testing out if these emojis should be at the start of an artboard name, or if they could be at the end of it or in the middle of it or whatever. But if we would post them at the start of an artboard name, we could get some problems with the naming convention assistant. Keep that in mind if you're using assistants that are like working with the same kind of rule or the same kind of item. Okay, so we can keep track of artboard statuses. This is for the work in progress. This one is for approved, ready for review, ready for handoff. So this makes sense. That's a very cool assistant, to be honest. It will help us to actually get an overview of all of these artboard screens that are still work in progress. And we can use our assistant window and these little links right here, because the arrow is actually showing us that we will be like guided to the certain artboard, to the specific artboard if we click on it. What else do we get right here? We get a list of all of our artboards or artboards. We are getting a list of all of our artboards and pages to navigate quickly across our document. All right, that's a good feature. A list of all your layers, including your custom string. Now what's that? To set up a custom list, create a text layer with a value, not name. FF- includes. Anywhere in the document, add any string after the symbol right here. Use it to find the artboard for a specific Jira ticket number, or even special characters or hard to spot, like what is it called, like original, trademark, copyright, whatever. Because the assistant looks for the first text layer matching the rule above, you can even have multiple custom strings. Just move the one you want to use to the top of the stack. All right. That sounds cool. That sounds pretty interesting to use. use... Oh, that's also interesting. Make sure you are using Sketch 69. I think right now we are using Sketch 68, right? Yeah. Why do they want us to use Sketch 69? I don't know. That's also a cool tip. Use CMD, Command, Control and Spacebar to choose any emojis from your Mac. If you don't know about that feature yet, I know about it because I used it today. Hitting CMD, Command, Control and Spacebar is opening up this little panel right here. And sometimes, for some reason, you have to double click it. Like for example, right now, I clicked on one of the emojis and it's not actually adding them into our text layer. And it's actually not really doing it neither. And right now it's not even opening up the list. Sometimes you need to have like 2 tries for it to work. All right. So, yeah, I would like to test it out. Let's download it. It should be pretty easy. Since it's not correcting all of our designs, we can easily navigate to our artboards right here. But I would like to show you how the feature is working. So let's create some work in progress screens. So for example, maybe this one is work in progress and maybe the user profile is work in progress too. Add this emoji to it and we see a work in progress artboards and both of them are getting added to the list right here. I'm actually pretty excited about this feature or this assistant because it's helping us to just stay in touch with those artboards that are still in progress. For example, you are going on holiday for 2 or 3 weeks and you come back, you don't know anything about your design files. You want to know, okay, what's work in progress, what's approved already, and this way, using this assistant in a big design file, it's going to be easier, way easier to see what's released already or what's still in progress. So I just have 4 screens, 4 artboards in here. We don't really have a problem to check out the status of those screens, but if you have like 50 screens, 50 artboards in your document, this could be super helpful, like really helpful. All right. So Francesco, let's check out his homepage. I like this idea. I like the concept behind this assistant. All right, it takes super long to load. No time for that, sorry. Here we get a better description. So this is like GitHub and we get a description of the assistant. Awesome. Friends, in the live chat, let me know what you would love to see in one of the next live streams. Like, what would you like to see? Would you like to see some designing? Would you like to see some design animations? For example, I haven't done a proper principle video and design UI animation in a quite long time. Maybe you would like to see more about that. That would be pretty awesome if you could just write down your ideas, your wishes. Because I wanted to check out all of those assistants together with you and I had a great time doing that. But for the next live streams, I have a couple of cool ideas that I would like to do with you. But maybe you have some other cool ideas too. One of my ideas is to definitely make a live stream of me creating a wireframe. not in Sketch, but on paper, and to record it from a top-down perspective. So you will be able to watch me creating this wireframe. That would be awesome. What are your ideas, your thoughts about upcoming live streams? What I would also love to do is to create portfolio review live streams. Checking out a certain portfolio, giving feedback, giving tips on how you can improve your portfolio for clients, for whoever is looking at your portfolio, to get more clients, to get more projects, and to earn more money. I would love to review portfolios. And that's something I would like to do. And maybe like about the future of this channel, I would like to make a good amount of videos per month and a good amount of live streams per month. I like to create videos because they have a big concept. There's a concept behind each video, you know. But when I'm doing these live streams right here, they are spontaneous, they are flexible. I can directly get in touch with you, and we can just collaborate on designs, on certain features like the assistant feature and so on. And that's something I really enjoy. So I want to have a balance of both things: video content like design tutorials, UI animation tutorials, and live streams in which we are just talking, trying things out and having a good time, you know. I don't even know what time it is in your time zone. Right now here it's about almost 4 p.m. So maybe you are watching this live stream in the morning or in the evening. Anyway, I really had a great time. I really had a good time with you. And for those upcoming live streams, I'm thinking about, as I said, doing portfolio reviews, doing real live wireframing content, and then I definitely want to continue the UI kit that we have right here, because as I said, I want to release it. I want to make it available to the public, and we are creating it together. All of those screens, all of those features in here, like this clickable list that is expanding into those buttons, has been created as a collaboration between me and you guys. So that's a very cool thing, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah. So if you have any ideas, if you have any dreams or concepts or anything you would like to see in live streams or in video content, shoot it down in the comment section or live stream section, and I'm sure and be sure that I will consider it in the next videos and in the next weeks. All right. So to be honest, I like assistants. It's a cool feature that Sketch brought in here. I'm super excited about all of the assistants that will be probably available in the next weeks or months. The last time I made a video about assistants, only 3 were available, as I said in the beginning, only those created by Sketch. And in the meantime, those cool assistants have been created and listed in here. Maybe there are even more assistants available to us that are not in the list. That's something we will check out in the next live stream. On Wednesday there will be a next live stream, probably around the same time, so stay tuned for about, like I said, the current time. There will be an announcement on Twitter and also on YouTube itself. That's why you should make sure to hit and ring the notification bell below this live stream, so you will get a notification when I'm online and live streaming again. And we will check out those maybe unlisted assistants very soon. But I enjoyed testing these assistants. If I should make like a evaluation, I liked the last one very much. I need to get an overview. Okay. I like the Artboard status and navigator assistant very much. I also liked the organizer assistant very much and the naming conventions. What I was confused about was accessibility, to be honest. I didn't really know the problem that was existing. And it's not really, like, it was too complex to correct it without the knowledge behind those accessibility guidelines. I have a better feature that I will make a video about that is also about contrasts and accessibility very soon. But this one was a bit complicated and confusing to me. Maybe it's also because it's a bit buggy, I don't know. But I didn't enjoy this one too much. Sketch Tidy is also a cool assistant. Let's check out those rules again. It has a couple of rules that will try to make your sketch file like tidier. Borders should not be disabled, fills should not be disabled. It's the same for the organizer assistant. Shadows should not be disabled. This one is not part of organizer assistant. I don't know why exactly. I don't know why there is no shadow feature or rule in organizer, but anyway, there are some groups that shouldn't be empty. So tidy and organizer are pretty similar. They have a few differences, but in the end they are pretty similar. So yeah, organizer is pretty similar to the actual sketch original tidy feature. Shadows should not be disabled. I was a bit confused because here in the organizer rule list, I think those remove forgotten shadows should be just around here, as well as this one. The list of these rules could be like structured a bit better, to be honest. So yeah, that would make it easier for us to actually see the problems in our design files. Like, how are we able to create our own assistant? Maybe it would be worth a try to create our own assistant in one of the live streams. Build something beautiful. All right. We can create plugins or we can create assistants for Sketch. Assistants are specified per document. That's also something that's quite important. All of those assistants that I enabled here are only visible and available in this document. You need to add them to different documents or enable them in different documents if you want to use them on others. So they're using JavaScript. I don't have any plan how to write JavaScript. But if you have knowledge in using JavaScript, you could actually create your own assistant, and I will make a review about your assistant as I did today in an upcoming live stream. So if you created a cool assistant, make sure to contact me on Twitter, Instagram, or like by writing down a comment below a video or something like that. I would love to check out your assistant, the one you created. It seems to be pretty easy if you have some knowledge and some skills in JavaScript. There's even a Sketch Assistant template, so you can check that out. And rules provided by Sketch. There are some available rules, that's cool. That will help you. And there are some guides. All right. Okay. Friends, very soon I will make a live stream week. I'm pretty sure. I would love to make a live stream week in which I'm doing a new live stream every single day. In this current week, I will make one to like today, on Wednesday and on Friday. But I'm sure maybe even next week, I will make a new live stream every single day, like a whole live stream week. I will make an announcement, tweet and post about that very soon if it's actually taking place. But make sure to subscribe to this channel, hit the thumb up if you enjoyed this live stream, and to hit the notification bell if you want to get notified once a new live stream starts or once a new video drops. I could really imagine that this is super helpful to you and also to me. Thank you so much for being part of this community. It's so incredible to have so many people collected into a small group of like people who are watching these live streams on a regular basis. There are so many people I recognize in the live chat because they are in the live streams every time, and we have some sort of connection already because there's so much interaction between each other. So that's a cool thing. That's like I love these live streams. This is actually, I think, the 10th live stream or so this year, and I'm really loving it. I will make more and more live streams on a regular basis. So be sure also to follow me on Twitter and on Instagram to know when a new live stream is taking place. The links are down in the video, in the live stream description. And just maybe send me a message and let's just stay in touch. Give me your feedback about the videos and live streams that I'm creating. And let's just, as I said, stay in touch, have a nice conversation. And of course, as always, shoot me your ideas, your thoughts about upcoming videos, upcoming topics for live streams. I got a couple of cool things ready, and I can't wait to show all of the ideas and stuff to you. So I hope you enjoyed this live stream. I hope you will be part of the next one too. And as I said, we had so much fun already. For example, in this project right here, creating this UI kit, and it's not even finished yet. That was so incredible and so nice. I'm super excited about what we will do next. Okay. I hope you liked this live stream right here. Hit the thumb up button if you enjoyed it, friends. That would be very helpful and gives me some kind of better understanding of what you like. But I really enjoyed it. I had a cool time testing out those assistants. And to be honest, it's a cool new addition, and there will